fully integrating their long-neglected engine of craftsmanship into the national construction value chain. Today, Jua Kali artisans supply doors, windows, fittings, furniture, and fabricated material to projects in our affordable housing program across Kenya. In the digital and creative economy, we have trained 2 million Kenyans in digital skills, and nearly 300,000 are already earning income. Through the Kazi Maju program, nearly 500,000 Kenyans have secured well-paying job opportunities abroad in the last 3 years. We have also launched the Kenya shillings 20 billion Nyota program to support 820,000 young people with training, with mentorship, certification, and business capital. The first phase is complete, with 12,500 beneficiaries already receiving their first business support, and the national program is now being rolled out across the country. Together, these actions reflect one clear national purpose: to open doors of opportunity for our youth, equip them to succeed, and empower Kenya's greatest strength, our young people, to lead us towards prosperity and economic sovereignty. As more students live in decent accommodation, as more traders conduct their business in dignified settings, and as more public servants get access to housing, we are fulfilling our constitutional mandate. And with that foundation secured, we are ready to walk with all our people into the next chapter of economic freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, through the bottom-up economic transformation plan, we have consolidated the gains of political independence and the democratic freedoms won. Through deliberate social engineering, we have built systems that ensure no Kenyan is left behind. And having ensured that we are carrying everybody along, we now have both the opportunity and the firm foundation to charge forward into the next chapter of our national journey, Kenya's economic freedom. With the measures we have put in place to restore dignity, inclusion, and opportunity, we must now press on. It is time to step up from the bottom up, charging forward full steam to economic freedom and take Kenya to a first world economy. Before we accelerated this ambitious agenda, we took the difficult but necessary steps to stabilize our economy and restore fiscal discipline. Inflation has fallen from 9.6% in 2022 to 4.5% last month. The shilling has stabilized at about 129 shillings to the dollar for nearly 2 years. Our foreign exchange reserves now exceed $12 billion, the highest in independent Kenya. Our successful Eurobond redemption reaffirmed to the world that Kenya honors its obligations. Our economy has grown and is now the 6th largest economy in Africa. At the same time, we have made bold national decisions to save more of our income. Through the new NSSF contributions, the fund that had mobilized Kenya shillings 312 billion from independence to 2023 has now grown to 670 billion in just 2 years. We established the Financial Inclusion Fund as a strategic intervention to correct deep market failure, one that had denied millions of Kenyans access to affordable credit, one that had blacklisted in CRBs, disregarded by banks. They had been left trapped in frustration and despair. Today, Hustler Fund has become one of the most transformative instruments of empowerment in our nation's history, disbursing over 80 billion and expanding the margins of financial inclusion at an unprecedented scale. Over 9 million Kenyans are now repeat customers, and more than 7 million who were previously CRB blacklisted have successfully repaired their credit histories. It has restored dignity to millions. It has brought them back into the equation. They are no longer left behind. Ladies and gentlemen, these reforms have stabilized our economy, restored investor confidence, and enhanced Kenya's creditworthiness. As we set out on this path of economic independence, let us remember that we are not the first to stand at such a crossroads. Nations like South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Malaysia once stood where we stand today, with limited resources, modest means, but armed with immense courage, determination, and ambition. Prosperity was not handed to them. They reached out for it. They rejected the ordinary. They refused to be prisoners of their circumstances. They believed in themselves and invested in their people. They were patriotic to their nation's cause and demanded excellence of themselves. Today, they stand as first world economies, not by accident, but by deliberate design, by intentional choice, and by purposeful conviction. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya can, must, and will do the same and more. Let me repeat. Kenya can, must, and will do the same and more. 3 weeks ago, during the State of the Nation address, I laid before Kenyans this administration's bold and ambitious Kenya shillings 5 trillion roadmap to transform our nation into a first world economy and to secure our full economic freedom. That roadmap is anchored on 3 unshakable national priorities. First, history teaches us that no nation ever prospered on poor roads, inefficient ports, and congested airports. Modern transport and logistics drive productivity, reduce the cost of doing business, and creates trade, business, and innovation and investment hubs. Our 10-year roadmap on road, rail, ports, and airports, and oil pipeline infrastructure includes the expansion of strategic highways connecting our major cities, industrial zones, markets, border points, and agricultural belts to move people, goods, and services faster, safer, and more affordably. We have mapped out 2,500 kilometers of highway for dualing and 28,000 kilometers of road across the Republic for tarmacking. With this, we are stitching our country together, linking towns to cities, farms to factories, and Kenya to the wider region. Last week, fellow citizens, we moved from promise to action when we officially launched the construction of the Nairobi-Nakuru-Mau Summit Road and the Nairobi-Mai-Mahiu-Naivasha Road, an investment of over 180 billion in a modern 223-kilometer multi-lane dual carriageway delivered through a public-private partnership model. In February 2026, just in 3 months